Start today with a smile. Hi. Peace, calm, Ming. How are you all? Okay, I want us to have a moment this week for confidence and letting go. I know my last update video was just a something to make you feel inspired, something to make you feel like you can chase your dreams, any dreams, all of your dreams, and just something to keep you hopeful and keep your mind at ease with what you are doing in your life. Um, and this week, I just want to keep that up. Um, so the year's almost ending, and it says here as a quote that you can't pour from an empty cup. To you, what does that mean? Or for you, what feelings does it give you? Or what's the understanding that you get from it, from your past or your present? To you, how do you interpret it? What's it mean to you? Um, and that's something you can write about. It's something you can comment about. It's something you can, talk to your friends about. Just sometimes it's good to actually let your thoughts out. I know sometimes you don't want to, and sometimes it's hard to confide in someone else and tell them what you're thinking, tell them how you're feeling. But if you find other ways to do that, that's also a good thing. So if you do not have anyone that you want to confide in or reflect in, you could use Heart to Heals. It's for opening up and allowing yourself to dig deeper within you and find other things that make you you when you want to reach out to yourself and obtain, then express yourself. um I know that um I could always use outlets. I look to other things, and I try to grasp things from others to help myself. So if there's anything ever that you want to show me or you want me to see, you can always put a link in the comments, or you know give me a message, or just write anything. Check this out, do this, do that, and I can try to reach out and check it out. I would love to, actually. Um, this girl over here is cracking up. It's just funny, funny. I don't know what's going on, but it's giving me the giggles. What is she watching? And for October, I've been trying to focus on the Halloween thing. I know, I'm not sure how that triggers people, if it triggers people. And I kind of want to know, you know, um, what are your thoughts lately? Like, there's a lot of awe in Halloween, but is it scary to anyone? Does it trigger something inside you that's, maybe negative or turn off for you? Or does it just make you happy? You know, um, I know for me sometimes I just enjoy the creepiness and it can be a little fun, but is anything about it that makes you eerie, if that's the word, or that quote, "You can't pour from an empty cup." That is, I just reread it, and the thoughts it gives is, you can't pour from an empty cup. And I also want to encourage you guys to take time throughout the day to take a breath, do some stretches, um, relax yourself. Sometimes the hardest thing is setting a boundary for yourself, saying no to things that I don't want to say aren't important to you, but are not where you're focused or where you're headed. So, just take a little time for yourself to to get grounded and to make sure your next steps and your next ahead is something that's gonna be for you, something you can turn back to and have. It's not just a past or just a memory. It's something that can come with you at all times, and it's not something that you would think like, why did I do this or why didn't I do this? You want it to be something that, I don't want to say don't make bad decisions, because we're gonna make bad decisions. I don't want to say go make a bad decision. Please don't do that. But try to pick and choose with what's good for you. And I want to suggest a book idea for you. I am when I read, I like to read deep. I like to get. I like for it to put me into it, to where it's not like to where I'm surrounded by this story, where I'm in, deep, deep in the story in the book, where it's what I'm doing and what I'm thinking. And for me, that's mostly kind of a fantasy type of book or a romance. I don't romance. Yes, probably romance. I do a lot of romance, but I've been trying to read more of the books that are supportive and they help you grow. And I just haven't found one that I really, like. They're mostly just like this point, you know, where it tells you this, and you learn from it and you try to understand it. And I don't really understand that. It doesn't give me a meaning to grasp onto. So if there are any good books that you have read, you could comment, put in the comments, um, the title of it, and I can check it out and see if it's a good read for me. Um, but I have a book for self reflection that I would like to um, encourage you to try out and read a couple. The first one is The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. Second one is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. And the third is What Happened to You by Oprah Winfrey and Dr. Bruce Perry. I have not read these books, um, and I'm not sure that I would.